for you to come out and be here with us tonight to celebrate Cobi's life is almost overwhelming. But thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Portion undone, can't see it show, but you're in the know to go midtown to Cobi's place. To music and song, you can't go wrong, so come along and go midtown at Cobi's place.
Just give the most beautiful amount of love you can in this world. Kindness, love.
See a movie and feel so groovy.
She was an absolute blessing in my life, and I continue to receive blessings because of her.
To see a show, spend all your dough, it's happening at Cobi's place.
The tribute to the profession of the music and everything positive.
You just are amazed at it. That was Cobi. That was my mother. Raised 7 kids.
To see a show, spend
I
all
was stuck.
at Cobi's place.
You know, be like Cobi, just create this nation, and love each other, because that's really what we're here for.
It's happening. It's happening.
And we'll miss her. She always do it. Just like all the new people in the world.
All my love to Cobi.
My name is Keisha St. Joan. I was discovered by a young man by the name of Babs Gonzalez. Babs Bebop Gonzalez. He brought me to the church to meet Reverend John Garcia Genzel, the young man who started jazz in the church. We would come and he brought all of the beautiful musicians to perform jazz during the time he preached, because he was called the shepherd of the night flock by Duke Ellington, because John brought all the musicians and he knew that musicians worked very late into the morning hours, so he started doing services at 5 o'clock. So all the musicians would come and jam during 5 o'clock services. And so we had the spiritual part and the music part. So when he met me, he took me to Cobi Narita. And that's how Cobi enhanced further my career into the music field. I felt that she was able to bring every color, every race, everyone she brought together. And that was a beautiful, and she brought tap dancers like Savion Glover. I mean, she just brought everyone together, everyone that you could think of on this earth that had performed. And I'm so grateful to her. Well, I was an opera singer, and I started studying from 12 years old. And by the time I reached 16 or 17, I found out I also love jazz as well as opera. And when I heard Sarah Vaughan sing, I said, well, if Sarah Vaughan could sing jazz, so can I. And when Cobi heard me, she asked me to be with them at Little Carnegie. So that was my first experience with that beautiful woman, Cobi Narita. She did such a beautiful job for everybody. All the names and all the people that I performed with, and it's so amazing, and I'm so grateful for that.
A longtime associate, collaborator, and friend, wrote a 3-part suite for her. I'm in the process of restaging the suite to be a vehicle for making the next generations to come aware of these very two special people who worked and used their energy to give to many artistic communities. Today I will present the next generation dancers performing a restaging in progress of the instrumental version of At Cobi's Place. I look forward to presenting the suite in its entirety later on this spring, so keep your eyes out for it.
Now, if I could explain what a big deal Cobi was, it would take me all night. So let's just say she was like a secret weapon. Her Rolodex was filled with so many names and numbers that not even David Rockefeller could compete. After all, there's always a party at the piano, and that's thanks to Cobi, our #1 piano influencer and all that jazz.
It became a ritual whenever a tap dancer or somebody really important passed away to do this dance for them. And we want to do it for Cobi.
The next thing is something called croquet ballet. I was doing some music for a play, and in it they had the croquet game, you know, with the ball. Yeah. And so I decided, well, this is a good place to have a song. So I wrote this tune called it Croquet Ballet.
Billy Harper, yeah. I was in the Collective Black Artists. Cobi sort of took me under her wings as soon as I got to New York, that she taught us just to keep going, to not stop. I might have gotten a little discouraged at one point, and she just pushed me on. Hey, go on. And I went on, and it helped. Oh, she was very inspirational. One of my favorite memories, the time that she helped the Collective Black Artists. I was surprised that she would even put herself in that position, but great. She was great. Yeah, that's like my jazz mother.
Cobi was a wonderful person, a vibrant personality, very generous, and she helped me a lot when I first came to New York. I didn't hardly know anybody, and she helped me get work and just did things that encouraged and inspired me to go on with my career. I got here in '67, and then I met her around the '70s. She just made sure that I was featured. Just generally helped me. My parents, I guess, they gave me a saxophone for Christmas. That was it. My parents. They didn't realize what they were doing. Try to help somebody every day. Do a good deed. That would be it.
My name is Roxanne Butterfly. Cobi is someone I went to in May of 1998 because I needed support to get my women's ensemble called Beauties and the Beat together. Of course, I knew her from the reputation of the Universal Jazz Coalition, the newsletter we used to get in the mail, and whenever we would do little shows, you know, this is pre-internet era. So it was great to be able to send her a note, put it in the mail, ship it to Long Island, and then the next thing we knew, that the following month in the letterbox, came the newsletter, and we were advertised as a tap dancer. Is very poorly represented, at least it was in the 90s. And so it was great to have Cobi on our end to help promote that specific side of the jazz community. It is still not very visible compared to singing or any other instruments. So Cobi was a lover of our dance form. So I went to her, and she provided me with the means to get together my women's band. And of course, she made St. Peter's Church available to us. So 26 years ago, I could be here and start my reputation in New York as a choreographer, because up to then I was mainly a soloist doing music gigs. But with her support, I was able to get together a women's group and start something that lasted more than 10 years. I was interested to sending the ball back because I saw the magnitude for the jazz culture and the makers of jazz was such that I figured she deserves to have a space where she experienced to be on our side of jazz, the artist side, the making of it, not only the supporting of it. So I suggested to her to teach her tap dance. So we used to meet once a week. She used to drive from Long Island, and she would learn the tap dance rudiments with me. And she also didn't want anybody to know because she supported a lot of the tap jams around town, and she was afraid that if people knew she knew the rudiments, she would be asked to jam. So it was a long time secret. And then later, when my daughter was born with Down syndrome and me moving back from New York to Europe, she reached out without being solicited, and she calls me, you know, I'm in Spain, and she is asking me my European bank account and she sent me money to help me in my first years with Zuli. So her support was sustained, and it was not interested. The kindness of Cobi was in a whole different place. She just understood the virtue of art, and that the greatest thing to spend your life, share with each other the most important thing, which is art. The way she manifested the support was very indicative of who she was, because you only know what people need without them asking you, while you have experienced need yourself. And so she transcended that, and her achievements, she was generous enough to a whole community. And even though she's not here, I flew from France to be here tonight and dance for her, because it's so meaningful. I'm happy to see all these faces, because I live far away from this community that was mine, and so she keeps on putting people together, although she's not here. So she's an example, a real role model for a lot of us. And it's also very nice, it's very indicative. You see a lot of women in this room, and this is a jazz place. And so the fact that there is women in a jazz place shows that, she knew the need for the woman entertainer in this branch of the industry. That we needed more support, because way back, it was just not easy to have any form of representation. It still is not. People like her contribute to progress. Longevity, positive thinking makes you last.
My name is Gania Ajuba Green, but everybody calls me Gigi. How do I know Cobi? I met Cobi at the Universal Jazz Coalition. It was down in the village. We had classes here. Tina Fabrique was one of my teachers, and she introduced us by having us, work on a couple of songs and things and do presentation. From that, I was doing things at the City Corp Mall here. I've known Cobi, since I was maybe, in my 20s. She has always been an encouraging person. She introduced me to Dakota Staten, and Dakota Staten gave me an award to be the most promising new performer. Because we used to do bulk mailing, so she would get all of us together and we would sort out what's going to Queens, what's going to this code, what's going to that zip code. Different things about promoting yourself and being appreciative of other artists. She and Frank Owens, which was her buddy. Frank passed away recently. I think that just took something out of her, because he was one of the men that always supported the Jazz Coalition, played at different things. Ross Townsend was another one too, that we would do different shows. So she was a very encouraging person. You could always count on her looking after you and encouraging you to be the best. So when we were at the coalition and really presented ourselves in a professional manner, I will always be indebted to her for bringing me out of my shell and saying, you have a voice, let it live, and I learned that if I love it, it will love me back.
At my place said, so she contributed so much. After, for some reason, I couldn't sleep, and I woke up in the middle of the night and I heard this song.
My name is Jacqueline Lennon. For over 10 years, I'm president of International Women in Jazz. Cobi, as the founder, lots of conversations, advice. Cobi was there for you. And she tried to show me the ropes when I came aboard. So I immediately went to her when I had a problem that this was my first time doing it. And she told me what to do. It was the Cobi way, so to speak, and you listened, because she had more experience than anybody in this business, in all facets. She knew the musicians, she knew the vocalists, instrumentalists. International Women in Jazz has thrived because of her and her husband, Paul Ash. They were both great supporters. And she's a founder, so her mission still stays. We're the only organization that carries her name to this day. She was president emeritus, and she was everything to us. Our annual festival she attended, and we were housed here for about 30 years. It was founded in 1994. It was a wonderful experience being here. Sometimes you do need a little help and you have to ask. And she was right there at our side when we needed her. And she appreciated that, and I did too. When you do anything, you do it with truth, justice. Not the American way, but the Cobi way. Be above a lot of things. And you'll come out all right. Don't be offended and insulted. You know, you just do your job. It's just been a wonderful experience as a partner with Cobi. This is a celebration of life here. We all must live the way you're supposed to live, and you have control over that. So we're sorry about her passing. Our condolences to the family, Nabucco, Cobi, Narita. She reigns supreme here in St. Peter's Church, and this was our home for many years, and we appreciate her, the opportunity of being in her life and making us part of her life.
I just want to say a couple of words. I know everyone has so much to say about this wonderful woman. And I think our history is about 40 years old. Yeah, I knew about 40 years, introduced to her by Ralph Dorsey, the percussionist. I was part of that all-woman band that she put together. I performed at Bryant Park many times before it was Bryant Park. And she encouraged me, as she did everyone else, to do the very best you could with what you had. And utilize what you had. Don't run away from it. Don't try to be different, or don't try to be commercial. Just do what you got with what you got. And she encouraged me to be the jazz singer that I am today. She would come to every Broadway show. She would come anywhere that we were performing. And it has been a wonderful, wonderful relationship, Cobi. Thank you.
So this is Jimmy Owen. I want to say that Cobi was a real helper in building the Collective Black Artists organization. When she became the executive director, she wrote grants, she helped start educational programs. She brought information to musicians that they could get nowhere else. Just how to take care of business, you know. She was very organized in being able to take care of any kind of business. The Collective Black Artists and the CBA Ensemble did put great musicians in different musical situations, such as having Art Blakey and Max Roach, Billy Taylor and Ron Carter in front of a big band. That was very, very innovative. I miss her tremendously. The jazz industry will miss Cobi Narita.
How can we thank you, all the artists you have spurred on to find their own voices? Easy. We'll just keep on spreading the sweet J word. Arigato, obrigado, for your tireless obligato.
It's about how to live, and I think Cobi just lived what these lyrics express. So.
maybe we could give one standing ovation for Miss Cobi Narita right now.